Well, we're gonna react to Juju reacting to the whole entire AI thing, and I think that Juju has the most passionate take on this because her job literally got taken over from her because of AI. And yet, she has a love for AI, which is really crazy. You would think that Juju would hate it, but she doesn't. So let's find out why. Together.
The more I spend time trying to figure out what this VTubing thing is, and the quicker I realize that it's a bunch of ups and high school is with privileged opinions, and they are ruining a lot for us smaller indie VTubers.
Now, here's what I'm going to say before I go into this. One, I don't like Shy Lily because she is more on the lewd side of things. I don't pay attention to Shy Lily since the whole entire Cinder disaster. Now, a couple of people freaked out on me on Twitter. Her censor is freaking hilarious. The thing is, guys, okay? I understand where Shy Lily comes from when it comes to her opinion on this. She apologized for her opinion as of, what, yesterday? I believe. Mouse hasn't yet, but I still will not support Shy Lily whatsoever. You could not get me on that train. I think that her whole entire crew is a whole bunch of backstabbing little cheerleaders, like Juju just said. And now they are openly killing it, as Juju said, for a bunch of us people on the lower end of the bar. For example, if Iron Mouse or Shy Lily, by chance, were into Battlefield 6, and all of a sudden things changed in Battlefield 6 to where it benefits them instead of me, I would freak out about that. Because neither one of them two have even a fraction of the time in Battlefield as I do. Same thing with the Division, games that I am passionate about. So I understand where Juju is coming from here, and I also understand that Shy Lily apologized. Doesn't mean I have to accept her apology, which I probably won't.
We're heading straight over to Iron Mouse. It's been like popping off on the timeline and complaining, these terrible standard hypocrites. I get that you get to decide who do you want to work with together as a sponsor. We are not talking about this. Obviously, you have the right to turn down any sponsor you don't feel comfortable with, or but in this case, what I understood, she took the sponsorship, didn't really do the research, let the people, her team, her staff, do all that stuff, and apparently they've been lying to Gardner Inc., a business to her and technology insights company. This game, which we're gonna try out later on, has been.
Okay, I will make it hard point right here, right now, what my stance is on AI. I love artists. I love artists to death. Artists are awesome people, and they deserve to have following and all of that. The issue... Whoa. My camera is... Wow. Okay. Sorry about that. Fucking scuff difficulties. My issue, the stance that I take is that AI and artistry is okay. If you want something more detailed, something that's going to take you longer, yes. Go with an artist. The one thing that you don't want to do, though, is spend a shit ton of money right off the rip. AI is a really good resource when you don't have a lot of money. Okay? You can't do the things that Iron Mouse and Shy Lily can do right off a rip. Exactly. That's where I sit, DK. It's not a replacement. Artists still have their things. The problem with AI versus actual artists is that you've had too many bad things happen with actual artists. You've had too many scams. You've had too many copycats. You've had too many times or too many time frames that have taken too long. It's expensive as all get out. The pricing needs to change. So as soon as you fix those 5 problems, people will go back to using artists as a mainstream. AI is making you look like shit because it literally costs an eighth of you. You want people to get back into artistry and all that. You want people to start like you need to start having guarantees as an artist that your stuff is foolproof. That the artist community itself is not going to be a bunch of scammers who come after you. Because that is one of the reasons why people don't go to artists and they'd rather go to AI. The second thing is, artists, as we have proved from the Cinder and Shy Lily situation, have gone political. They will drop you, not draw for you, not do anything for you if you have a different political stance than them. Sorry, but if you're trying to start a business, politics is the last thing that needs to be involved with your business. Unless it strictly revolves around it. You isolate your audience core the moment that you decide that it's a good idea to include politics. You're going to lose business. Now, the thing that hurt you, artists, is the whole entire Cinder Shy Lily situation. That hurt you because Nano is a big prominent artist and she's the one that started the whole entire downfall. So there's a lack of VTuber trust in artistry right now. As a whole. All because Nano took on too much business, did not actually vocally talk. She got found out for lying. And then the internet shit on her, which resulted in Cinder losing 90% of her business. She got kicked off of Gamer Subs. She was put on an island for almost 5 months in, purgatory. She had to come back. The only reason why she came back is because of one Twitter page that kept her followers there, along with the Discord that she had set up. So there's a lot of distrust with you artists. And I don't think that you're understanding that. I think that you're just blaming AI just because you want to blame something for the downfall of artistry. Third reason why AI deserves to compete is because it does actually take skill to make AI look good. Skybrows is a perfect example of this. That guy sits there for hours upon hours on little 3-minute clips with the prompts that he puts in. That takes dedication right there. For Skybrows to even make one of his videos, imagine how many hours that dude is sitting at that computer. But he does it in a quicker amount of time than an artist can. And that's the upside to AI. If there was an issue with that one, AI, IMO is a great tool for people who can't either play music really well or can't draw like manga artists who create amazing art. That's very, very true. I can't draw for shit. And I get it on a very, very smaller scale than Juju does, but Juju's whole entire thing with AI is that her models got braids, which I think is a completely ridiculous racist argument, and it's stupid. But I will support AI in the same way that she does. Both are good, both are great, but both have their downsides. You can choose one or the other. That's your thing. To me right now, the only artist that I trust is I trust my model mom. That's it. But your infantry, Cody, you can draw topographic maps. I hate you. Thank you, Faye. I hate you. Shut up. I hate you.
using AI, and she got furious about it. And of course, with all these like circle jerks up on the top, of course they're all gonna jump on the bandwagon and go like, boo, AI, oh
Yeah,
no, won't
Quantum.
somebody please think of the poor artist? Come on, like,
Should I
stop
time
being a
out pay
freaking
for that?
hypocrite.
No.
If
Don't
you really,
do
really,
that.
really think like that, then, oh, I can't support AI. I want nothing to do with that. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, you do you, right? But get with the times, because you're
But
using your mobile phone. You are
Fine.
paying Twitter Blue check mark, which operates with Grok AI.
Yeah.
1-on-1. So you basically, it's okay to support it there and give it the money and use that. But when it comes to a video game, using certain placeholders and assets, and maybe make it faster with the coding
Juju, I love it how you call them out like that. Good for you, girly.
and whatever, it's not okay anymore, right? Because that's where you draw the line. This is where you go like, oh no, I refuse to partake with this. But to this I say, please. Then
I mean, that is true. I do have Quantum songs on my AI playlist that I play on stream all the time. I play Quantum songs all the time.
delete all the apps on your phone. Stop using the internet all in general, I would say, because let's be honest here, the way AI operates, it's all over the internet. Every app, every video game, every code, every program, it's
Yep.
unavoidable at
Thank
this
God for imagination.
stage. And this narrow-mindedness of them, that, oh my God, the artists are losing their jobs, they're losing their commissions, and we are all gonna.
Yes, but the thing that the artist community failed to do was stop things like fraud and lying. The very first artist that I commissioned when I started being a VTuber, I spent $550 and got some AI piece of shit that had eyes crossed on it and a whole bunch of layers missing. And that was for my initial model, mind you. And I couldn't get that money back. That money went poof, gone, bye. And then, I found my model mom. And you can ask her until the sun goes down how much I questioned her when it came to her art. And she was finally like, fine, don't pay me for the model. Don't start paying me until I give you a black and white sketch. Then you can pay me. And I was like, all right, cool. Let me see what you got. Full black and white on the model.
Gonna be replaced. Please. I got replaced 20 years ago with Google Translate, right? I used to study
this
languages
is why Juju
and linguistics,
is...
and that was my line of work. Now you can translate any text on the fly, right? So no one needs a bloody translator anymore. I'm out of business, and so I was one of the first to go.
Mm-hmm.
But am I gonna bitch and whine about how much I hate AI and how it's ruining everything, and oh my God, and won't somebody please think of us poor translators?
I had to hound the artist for nearly a year,
studied
and they
years
sketched it
at
out in less than a day.
university
I never
to learn our
bought from them
profession,
again.
and
See, that's
now
what I'm
been
talking about, Doko.
replaced by a coding engine that spews
it's
out
things like
all
that
the grammar
that
and the
discourage
text
people from
faster
finding an
than
artist.
we can even think, right?
Especially
Get with
when
the times. Stop being it.
especially when you're an indie VTuber. It is little tiny situations like that that don't make you want to go out and find an artist. I will use, and the reason why I'm so glad that Psychro introduced me to 88 Studio is because they are an actual independent company. And there's things that I can do to them if they take my money without giving me proper results. If they would have fucked up all my emotes that I paid like $400 for, I would have been so pissed. and I can do something to that company if they fuck that up. With an independent artist, it's done through PayPal. They're not actually accredited. I just pay them the money through PayPal, and if they mess up, I'll never see my money ever again. That's part of the problem. There's a lot of distrust in artists right now. Yeah, $400, Sneaky. I had to go to a company because I've gotten gypped by artists so many times that I asked Psychro, hey dude, where'd you get your emotes? Your emotes are fucking cool. And he pretty much messaged me about probably 3 hours later, and he's like, you need to check out 88 Studios. It's going to be expensive, but they'll get it right. And they'll get it right on the first time, and they'll keep you in the loop throughout the whole entire thing because they're an actual company. And I was like, you know what? Dude, I've been gypped by every other artist other than my model mom. Okay, fine. Let's do this.
A hypocrite.
And there you go. That's how you guys have your emotes.
Gonna lose their job. If you're a good artist and you like what you do, you should continue. I mean, there's still people that do manually craft furnitures. There are blacksmiths. There are professions out there which are replaced by machines, and it goes faster. But still, there's a passion. There's creativeness that lets you choose to continue with this. I mean, I'm still talking in different languages, although I can technically Google Translate everything, right? But you got to get with the time. And I'm so over this, like taking a sponsor, and apparently she got like $15,000 or something to play this game for 2-3 hours. And she does that and then finds out that there has been AI involved in the...
You quite literally made $15,000 for 3 hours of work, and you want to bitch about a billboard AI? See, this is what makes me respect you less. Mouse wasn't doing this 2 years ago. Does anybody notice this about her? Mouse was not doing this kind of shit 2 years ago. I don't know if she keeps on waking up with her freaking panties in a wad, but she's acting very, very arrogant with the power that she holds. She's wielding it like a fucking sword.
The game, which is so terrible, right? Although she plays other games that also clearly use AI, like Resident Evil. She even has a text-to-speech program that's supported by AI, and a Twitter account that is directly linked to Grok. And Grok is also AI, so what the f*** are you doing, Mousy? And you do this, and then you paint a bad picture. You got your money, and then you ruined it for everyone else. For everyone else. For everyone that is smaller and would have loved to get like a sponsor or maybe do what you do. You ruined it because now it's like, oh no, don't play this game because it's using AI and it's ruining the environment. It is so terrible that people are not creative anymore. Now imagine an AI engine calculates the answer to solving a chronic disease or something, right? Let's say it cures cancer. Are these bitches also gonna stand there and go like, oh no, I don't support AI anymore because it's evil and it's stealing the artists' jobs? Dude, come on. In that case, you shouldn't be able to do digital art altogether with fill tools and stabilizers and all this stuff. What do you think VTubing is? It's a fucking program that is run by codes, and I bet your ass.
Sorry, guys.
That Live 2D and the SEMA and all these engines
she was a part of the
are also
for 2
operating
years.
Using AI.
Yeah, but you don't.
Everyone is.
You don't
all
see
the games.
You don't
so
see
this,
Juju, though,
a game developer made a statement that over
in the same way that like Shy Lily, Amelie, and all those are complaining about it,
some
though.
kind of
which is what
AI,
makes it
like
kind of awesome.
In the process, the company has been using AI, be it with coding, be it with replacing assets, be it something. Everyone uses
That's
it.
true, DK.
And
She never was.
Or not to. You're standing in the way of progress. because all you can comprehend in your tiny pea brain is like, what about the artist?
Mm-hmm.
What about their privilege of earning money rather than generating an image?
How about this, Mouse? Why don't you tell artists to actually do something to get all the fraud out of artistry? How about that? I'll take you seriously the moment that you call out all the artist fraud on this particular topic.
And that is hypocrite. It's absolutely retarded with statement like AI is stinky poo poo. Can you imagine when humanity went industrialized, all these people like,
Yeah, that's
oh
true,
no,
Sneaky.
don't let the industry take over and advance to make things easier for us.
No, she won't. She won't leave Twitch. And you know why? Because Twitch is her biggest moneymaker. That woman won't leave Twitch. Not in a million years will she leave Twitch. Yet there's AI for everything that she does. I don't know where her being a hypocrite came from. She used to be a very, very humble streamer. And she's being arrogant the last, year. Like I said, something happened, like the VJojo thing completely shifted how Mouse is coming off now to the world. She used to be very, very cordial, very relatable, and now she's not being relatable. She used to be about the common person, and now she's only being about who's up on her level. Maybe, I don't know, but something mentally happened with Iron Mouse that's just so disappointing.
Right? Can you imagine a bunch of...
Maybe it's the people she has surrounding her. That's my guess. Getting influenced. I mean, she's talking to more people like Shy Lily. Nowadays. She's getting more into that circle. Which I think is toxic and stupid as fuck, considering what Shy Lily and Nanolis did to Cinder about a year ago. I would not be friends with Shy Lily. You couldn't even pay me money to do that. If Shy Lily showed up on my X account and was like, "Hey, do you want to do a collab?" I would quickly shut her down. I would not be able to be in a collab with that woman. I would pretty much what would happen is I would make Shy Lily cry. I would piss her off. Because I'd be 100% honest with her in her behavior.
Lip tarts like that, standing around and going like, no,
Wouldn't
no,
be
no,
surprised
no.
if the VShojo stuff broke her far more than we expected. Yes, but if something like that breaks you, you have to be honest about it. That's what I learned this week. You got to be honest about it. If you're not honest about it, it's going to drag you. And you're going to lose people you care about. I've lost a lot of people this week because I didn't think about that. She's eventually going to lose someone in her circle that she cares about more than she thinks she does. And it's going to hit her pretty hard.
Should still plow our fields manually and get back pain and stuff. Why should a machine do this for us?
I'd turn in my VIP
it's so
and
stupid
be like,
to go
"See ya."
yeah, don't support this because it's using AI.
Like I said, if Shy Lily ever came down to my level and asked me for a collab, dude, I would publicly call her out and say no. I don't want to collab with you. That is how much of a point I would make it, Dark. Image AI curing Iron Mouse's condition that she claims to have.
Sources.
I don't know. I don't speak to that. That's just like me talking about who should not be named in her cancer. I've got no definitive proof whether they have it or they don't. And since I'm technically in a lawsuit with the woman, I can't call it either way. When it comes to Iron Mouse, I take the same I take the same steps because now I'm in social media. If I don't have definitive proof one way or the other, then I'm not even touching the topic. I don't know in both of those cases. Don't know.
Because every single freaking game does. And why is it okay for you to play Resident Evil? I still draw because I love doing artwork. I don't know, play.
She isn't very well known to realize things right in front of her very easily. Like I said, DK, I never said that she was the smartest woman on the face of the earth. I never said that. Here's what I will say, though, is that if you're going to make a claim that she does not have the disease that she has that made her famous to begin with, you need to give me definite proof before I get on the internet and say that. Because I'm going to. I'm going to say something about that. Because I have donated money to her actual cause. Like Connor rolling around the island of Japan and all that on his bike for her disease. You tell me that that's a lie, then I want my $1,500 back. Yeah. I spent deployment money helping her out the first time that her and Connor did that. I want my money back if that's the case. Fairly certain Iron Mouse has a disease, which is exactly... There's too many variables. Too many variables for me to go against the grain on that one. I doubt Mouse would make it up and then have everyone donate to an official foundation. That doesn't make sense. That's exactly what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to me, and I have no evidence to or for it. Which is why it ties to the whole entire, she who shall not be named thing with me. I don't know whether she has cancer or not, and I have no definitive proof if she's survived it 6 times. Which is why I won't make that claim.
Play music,
The thing that I learned, guys, if I'm going to say something on the internet from here on out when it comes to that particular woman, I have to have my facts straight on it. 100%.
I sit here knitting, although I could...
And everybody wants me to call her out for not having cancer. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen until you give me definitive proof. Give me definitive proof, and then I'll do it. Then I won't have a problem with it, because it's something that I can explain to my attorneys. But people in my community need to stop asking me to call her out on her cancer, because it's not going to happen. Not going to happen at all.
Probably go out and buy some fabric made faster.
6 times? Crazy?
From a
I'm
Chinese
glad she
factory,
is a fighter.
But, there's still like something to... This will never...
Basic psychology.
Never go away, no matter what.
Usually people that make stuff
I have
up
a lot
for
of
sim
artist
points
friends
tends
who
to
think
involve
like just because
donations to
there's
the self,
AI,
not to others.
That's it. That's the end of the world
Well,
now.
you can say that about me then.
I remember a
Couldn't
year
you?
ago, I got so much from the internet for reposting an AI image. It was insane, guys. Everyone jumped on the freaking AI anti-train.
Thought you talked about Iron Mouse? I'm
I
also
have
talking
stood
to
my
my kick
ground
chat
ever
too, Sneaky.
since.
That was
And
directed
it led
at somebody in my
to
kick chat.
me being even more and more curious to how this engine works.
Yes, from now on, I will be referring to her as my version of Voldemort. She who shall not be named.
What it is capable of. I'm learning to, create music, make videos. I've done a bunch
she's
of
awkward
stuff,
around other
and it's
clicks that
very
treat her
interesting.
differently.
And it allows me to be creative by skipping
Yeah,
all the boring steps.
That's fact.
And access things that I wouldn't be able to if it wasn't.
Thank you, Sneaky.
So easy to understand, right? Imagine if I had to
Yeah, I
hire
know what she has,
animators
DK.
and all that stuff.
Thank you for letting me know.
It's not possible for me. Maybe for these big streamers like Iron Mouse and Shy Lily who have tons and tons of money, for them it's not a problem. But most of us streamers, we stream to small audience and we don't make that kind of income. But yet we dream of maybe also having an animated lore video or
Iron Mouse literally sneezes in the first 10 minutes of her stream and she's already made $3,000. I stream for an entire month and barely make a third of that. Which is exactly why I'm starting to gain this opinion on Iron Mouse that she's being arrogant with the power that she has.
Something, right? Keep up with the industry, and this allows us to. And
I was
find
more mentioning it for Sneaky.
gatekeeping this or turning this around and standing there.
Crazy. Yeah, I know.
On your high horse and looking down on the rest of us and going like, boo, you basically suck for using this. You only think like it's bad because it's affecting you, right? The art industry. You're like this privileged
I hate
artist.
AI, but want
you
money.
You can't say that, Juju.
Maybe take the job, make money, and leave spouting.
Monkey.
They use AI.
And these are supposed to
money
be
changes people, man.
the role models or the top dogs.
I already thought you'd know.
The VTubing sphere. And the more I see what the hell is going on top,
Zolo, you're not wrong.
The more I go like, what the fuck even is this, right? They want to gatekeep a lot. And they kind of drill the audience, right? Iron Mouse audience probably go like, boo, AI. And, you know, she wouldn't go against that because she wants to make sure.
The core issue here, guys. What up, Greenie? She was making that money before VShojo collapsed, though. But I think the thing that changed her was the fact that her money was getting stolen from her. I think that's why she's got a bit of a mean streak to her now. I don't think that she liked it that the money was getting taken from her. And that her big, huge charity that she raised up got robbed. I think that's why she's angry about it now. Which sucks, yes, but you don't take that out on the world. You take it out on the owner of VShojo who screwed you. And she's not doing that. Like I said, she's wielding her social media influence like a sword. She's not being humble anymore.
Or that her thoughts align with who watches her because she wouldn't want to risk losing what she built up over the years. I get it. So you up to them. I couldn't care less if everyone in chat go like, boo, Juju, you're using AI.
It'd be understandable, but her vicious streak is
then
grossly
be gone,
misplaced.
you know. I'm not gonna adjust. I'm
not saying that she doesn't have one,
and
DK.
Run after a bunch of people. I realized this really, really fast. Because this is literally what happened to me.
I'm just saying, in my
ago.
opinion, the
The more I
timeline
spend
fits.
time trying to figure out what this VTubing thing is, and the
take it
quicker
out
I
on
realized
Gunrun.
that it's a bunch of
He's the one who deserves it, bro. Nobody else in
high school
VTubing deserves her wrath. Are you kidding me?
Privileged opinions, and they are ruining a lot for us smaller indie VTubers. They are. And I used to look up to these guys. But the more I'm aware of what's going on, the more I'm going like, what the hell? And the way this spirals down and affects smaller...
Juju, I used to look up to Cinder. I actually thought that Cinder was a nice person. And I wanted to be like that. And that was... When that situation happened, I literally started VTubing like a month before that. Watching and finding out that your hero that motivated you to start doing this is the most mind-numbing, crushing thing that could ever happen to you as a VTuber. Like, I was so mad. I threw away her merch. I wasn't even nice about it. I just threw it in the fucking trash. That's how mad I was at that. Because she let me down. I saw how much of a unfriendly person that she actually was when everything came out. I'm back. What did I miss? You missed... You're nearly through the Juju video. Nero picked her apart months before the reveal. Yeah. The true test of character isn't what they do while suffering, but when you give them power over another. That's true. Welcome to the chat, by the way, Mad. It's very disheartening, and I know how Juju feels in this realm because Cinder was the reason why I got into VTubing. And the whole entire situation with her completely changed my mindset into VTubing completely.
Content creators, right, that would have probably potentially wanted to buy the game, maybe even try to get the sponsor, and it's all gotten taken away. And the fact they've apparently
found out gun run and code took even more money than expected would explain why it's quite a bit worse now.
Why don't you
Wait a minute.
Start drawing and creating rather than sitting there?
You're telling me that Gun Run stole more money than just from the donations to her charity? Same, Iron Mouse was mine. Oh, damn, Blue. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Don't forget about Bao. Bao's man-hating spree is why she's hated on the internet right now and why she's become a recluse and hasn't streamed at all. Basically, what Bao did was slap herself in the face because she didn't realize that 98% of her freaking base was men. What happens when you shit on men? Are we silent about that shit? No. I'm going to go up to you, and even though you are a woman, I'm going to flip you the bird with all the shit that you say, and I'm going to say fuck you to your face. And that's what she underestimated. She undervalued that. And she got smacked around on the internet for about 2 weeks for it. Nobody can stand Bao anymore, Sneaky. That's why she literally does not stream but maybe once a week. You're good, Red. They steal in so much, they're going to start quality leering centers and hospital. Oh my god. Bringing it in there to that point. But I would not trust Giga when she starts up her own VTuber agency because I know she withholds info. Oh my Giga? Giga. Are we talking about the pirate VTuber that used to work with Mouse at VShojo and Zen? That Giga? Oh, God. Nah, dude. You couldn't pay me money to work for her. Hell no. Happy affiliate anniversary. Hey, Kodiak and chat. You've rated some of my faves before. Just wanted to see what you're all about. Hey, what's up, Drew? How you doing, buddy? Basically, I'm a dude. I speak my mind, and I love Doom, and I love Gundam, and I love talking anime and certain topics within the VTuber community. And, yeah, that's me. That's my shtick. It's my thing. And Juju. Juju's one of my favorite mutes, which is why I reshare her content, and I react to it a lot.
And whining about stuff. How about that? Huh?
Juju's a really good friend of mine.
Stop tweeting and crying like a bitch and get a pencil out and
Where are you coming
start
from,
creating.
Drew?
Why don't you?
Who have I rated that you're coming from?
And for those who want to make a global impact, the environment, and well, stop using mobile phones. Start growing your own food in your garden. I don't know. Help out in a community center. Give back to the elderly. I don't know. Start donating your money. And I don't know. How far do you want to take this, huh? What is okay
She's
and what is
starting her own company,
not
and
okay.
yes, that Giga.
And stop telling people what they can
I want
and
to say
cannot
Leaflet
enjoy.
And maybe Ember.
Who are you?
Yeah,
Police?
Leaflet's a,
They're like, oh no, you're not
really
allowed
great
to
person.
like
Ember,
this
I respect
because
Ember because she stands up for herself all the time.
God forbid. It's like telling
Ember's
people
awesome.
they can't eat donuts anymore. Because, I mean, it's retarded. People probably know they shouldn't eat donuts, but they taste so good, so they keep eating them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
And can you blame them? I would eat them too.
No, because donuts and cannolis are awesome. And I never give them up, especially cannolis, because I'm Italian.
Because they're delicious, so what if I get fat?
Hey, Juju, I'm a white Italian dude. I know what I'm going to be in my 50s. Regardless of how much I work out, I'm going to be a 250-pound fat Italian guy. I know this. And I fully accept the consequences of my action of eating pasta every day. Yeah. Thank you, Juju, for your video! Freaking love the monkey. I made a whole entire Battlefield loadout dedicated to Juju, by the way, this week, guys. If you guys haven't been up to date on my Twitch page. So, shout out to Juju. She's awesome. She's an awesome mute. Freaking love me some Juju. One day, I'm gonna play a game with her husband one day. I'm gonna collab with her husband one day. I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna constantly bother her about it. We love you, Juju. You're awesome. Based monkey.